We're ready.
All right, we will open this meeting of April 17th, 2014. Time being 4:07. Let the record show that Selectman LaPlante is not going to be joining us tonight, and Selectman Scanlon will be joining us a little bit later tonight. Okay. First on our list, well, we can go right into reports from Selectmen because the minutes are not quite finished yet. There's 5 hours of minutes, by the way. Having to do Joyce's job and Catherine's this week, it's kind of, and 5 hours is a lot.
Yeehaw, right?
You know. Derry, do we want to wait for... we'll wait for John on this. We can accept the donation to the Senior Center for a new printer from the Wednesday Night Music Group for $100.
I would make a motion to that effect.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's one out of the way. Derry would like to go to a school, well, he is going, but he would really like to be reimbursed for the day. I'm going to wait on that for John to come in, make a decision.
My personal feeling is we do it for every other employee and the selectmen. It's to the town's advantage to do so. So I would say yes, were I here at that time to vote.
And the water will make it,
That'll be good training. That'll be very good.
yep. And the water cooler will wait till he's here? Okay. Joe, I'll listen to you.
My whole thing is the solid waste board is having a meeting tonight. There'll be a series of votes, which I've discussed at the past meetings. Because we're on the operating committee and responsible for the things that are being voted on, I feel that Dennis, although more than capable, doesn't have the background in what's happened over the last 4 or 5 weeks. We've had weekly meetings on this, and so I would be leaving about 20 minutes after 5 or thereabouts to go to Bow. That's the main thing.
We have something from the Tilton Town Clerk, and Town of Tilton is searching for their oldest resident. Town officials are searching for the oldest resident in Tilton so that they can continue the tradition which began more than 104 years ago and present the Boston Post cane to the oldest resident. The last cane holder was presented to Mr. William Bailey, who passed away October of 2013 at 96 years young. The criteria set by the Board of Selectmen: one has to be a resident for at least 10 years to be eligible to receive the cane. When the cane is presented, the recipient will receive a certificate noting that he or she is the oldest resident in a replica of the Boston Post cane. The family will be asked to return the replica upon the recipient's death. The original Boston Post cane is on display at the town hall. Anyone knowing who is the oldest resident is and would like to include them in the search must submit a letter to the Tilton Town Clerk at 257 Main Street or email tc@tiltonnh.org. The submission must include the nominee's name, date of birth, address, and your contact information. Any questions, please call Cindy Reinhardt at 286-4521, extension 104. Cindy would also like permission to put this in the paper.
I would, yeah.
Yeah, local papers.
Isn't that pricey?
I don't know.
Because we always avoid it.
Donna would probably do it. I think it's a, she would probably do it as a press release.
As a story, yeah.
A press release.
Searching for the oldest resident or whatever.
What does it normally cost to put an ad in the newspaper?
Depending on what paper, if it's, I think, the Laconia Evening Sun, the Laconia paper is about $60, $65.
Oh, that's not bad.
Union
That's not as
Leader
much
is
as I
very
thought it was.
expensive.
Pardon?
Union Leader is very expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah, so's the monitor, I think. That's pretty spendy. Yeah.
I wouldn't object to put it in the Sun of the Citizen. I wouldn't put it in both.
What about the lady right up the street here? She's rather old, but I don't know.
Lois Toll is older by months, I think. Rhoda is 93 in December, and Lois is May, I think, right?
93 in May.
So she'll be 94 this year.
Could we put it on the website?
Absolutely.
Why don't we post it at the senior center?
Yeah,
Well, there's a senior center.
yeah, it'd be great.
They'll send you the radio station to senior center.
Well, you can just take this and say that,
Yeah, let's put the Boston Post.
ask her for a clean one, and you can ask downstairs and ask her for a clean one, and I think so, and we can give her Lois's name, and you can take it to the senior center tomorrow. There's a letter in here from Johanna. It's written to Tim about the GIS digital mapping with the land use office. It said, after discussion on GIS, Geographical Information Systems, digital mapping with the land use office, I have done some research in order to provide information. Currently, the Sewer Commissioner has a single user license for ESRI, ArcMap software. To purchase an additional user license for the land use office, the initial cost would be $1,425. Yearly maintenance for the software includes tech support and updates would cost $400 under a primary license and would cost $300 per year if it's set up as a secondary license under the Sewer Commission. I have been using this software for several years and have found it to be extremely useful for the sewer system of Tilton. I believe it would be extremely beneficial to the land use office and that it could save the town substantial money for items that could be done in-house. It is a very effective tool, and I believe that multiple departments could benefit from the use of this software. Please feel free to contact me for further information on this issue.
I was under the impression that Dari was supposed to be working on that very project.
Well, remember Department of Revenue Administration came to it? Or-
Yeah,
Remember they came with that
Yep.
proposal? Whatever happened with that?
that was with UNH.
I think so.
Yeah.
And we said we were on board. What did they do with that?
I think that was in a trial, and it went as far as the trial. But now, if we wanted to purchase the information and the license, and we had to purchase the license.
Well, if the sewer
Go further
commission
to
already
that.
has a primary, we should definitely piggyback if possible.
Because DRA wasn't supposed to cost us anything.
Oh, we could look into it.
We could look into that.
Yeah, I think it would benefit all of us
It
if we
is a
looked
good-
into it.
They use it at, yeah, Waste Region Planning.
The Tilton Recycling is April 22nd at the downstairs meeting room at 9 a.m. And a public hearing is next week, on April 24th, at 6 p.m., and this is for the purchase, the cable franchise. And then, when is the purchase? Right after that's the purchase of the cruises, right. Okay. Oh, this is your report, so this is old stuff here. All right. The Tilton Executive Committee met yesterday, Tuesday, and we made a motion to reappoint Emily and Iris to the Executive Committee. Having said that, we have a 5 board member we would like to, they asked me to come back to the board and propose a alternate member in the event that we have somebody out for a sustained period of time that's sick. So if that would be possible, we have a name for an alternate that we would like to put in.
Makes sense.
Okay. So we would have to motion,
Let's just simply have them fill out the application
and then just,
and then
then-
indicate that it's what it is, and then,
Well, this is a member of the chat committee, correct? Or is this somebody
Executive committee.
completely new?
oh no, they're also a member of the chat.
That's right. So it's not like they're not known to the town anyway.
well, they're not making a new committee, so, yeah, just have them fill out the application.
Yeah, it's just an alternate filling
And then
in.
we approve it, whether we sign it or not, is our approval. Because the board could vote. I mean, the three of us could sit here and vote, and two of them could come in and not refuse to sign it for whatever reason. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense to make a motion to approve it.
Do we have to approve the position, or do we just not, do we have to formally approve the position as an alternate?
No, because all boards and committees should have
Have an
them.
alternate, okay,
Just for the reason you stated.
okay,
That's exactly why.
all right. Then we have a name, and she, contingent upon you, the selectmen agreeing that we would do that.
Has she already filled out the paperwork?
Has she filled,
Picked it up today.
she picked it up today? So,
I wish we could fill the other board memberships so readily.
Judy Suzadellis.
Who?
Judy Suzadellis.
Yay.
All right, we have Mike Robinson for the fire warden now. All right, I'll start this down here then, because you have, I want to fill this in as executive committee, because people have been putting chat executive committee, and it's not.
Did you ever get that plaque thing that goes under the glass at the senior center? Not yet?
Oh, did they fix the plumber fix
No.
it?
Haven't heard a word from him.
Sarah said today he came and he dug it out, and it should be all set. But,
So he didn't even bother calling me. Very
he
interesting.
had to come in and do see how things work?
Yeah.
A power snake or whatever.
Well, he used the power snake last time, too.
And it worked, but he didn't take anything apart to know if it was in or
Yeah,
out.
then we've still got the same problem. Ultimately, it'll happen again.
We have to have a plumber take it apart, right?
Yeah, well,
No, I
he
mean,
is a
it's like,
plumber.
I couldn't go in there and take it apart.
There's no reason why I can't do it, but I'm not a plumber, all right? I'm really not a plumber. And we spent a lot of money getting that plumbing done under that sink. And I would hate for me to mess it up in some way. I mean, maybe Al's better than me. I can go right there and him and I can do this, but maybe I'll talk to Al and we'll talk about it.
That angers me.
Does it have to say pleased? The Tilton Board of Selectmen is pleased to make an application to get into the highway program. I am not pleased.
No, I just
I
said,
don't think anyone is fooled.
we'd like to.
Yeah, but pleased is
Say
not,
pleased?
it says, Tilton Board of Selectmen is pleased to make an application to participate in the NHDOT municipally managed state highway aid program. I, for one, am not pleased. I mean, maybe we took a vote and I wasn't here.
No,
But-
I'm not pleased.
All right, that's two.
It also needs to say would like to apply for.
Yes.
Are we,
We could change that.
are we in Word? Do you have it in the Word?
Change
All
it.
right. Before we sign it, can we change it?
That whole please thing, because I'm not. Nothing personal.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, maybe. They only put 2 selectmen lines. Chairman, selectman, selectman.
Oh, 3.
On the other
Yeah,
paper?
3 instead of 5.
Oh,
It's funny how they haven't caught up with that.
most of the,
15, 20,
Yep.
15 years at least. No, longer than that, 20 years. It's like what, Vermont-
They've even got a list of all the selectmen on the next page. It's not like they don't know there's 5 of us. I know. I'm just sniveling, but there you
No.
go.
sure would like to be a lawyer working for the town of Tilton.
But then I would have to hate you.
With that letter, could I have it marked down?
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
Do you want me to change this now, Pat? I can have it.
Why did we pay Frank Sweeney $75?
I don't know. Who's Frank Sweeney?
He's the guy that did the, gutters.
Well, he came to reattach the gutter.
Did he reattach it? Oh, that's
He
why
did that, but
then.
if that's been up there less than a year and it broke off, they're not warranted in any way?
$75.
Just curious.
It'd be interesting to find out in their opinion why it came off.
Repair damaged downspout.
It was damaged because it broke off.
Installed 3 new 4-inch wood hooks.
Well, there's the
Dear board, he said it looked like someone hit it and tore it off.
Accessing or leaving.
If that's true, I didn't notice any damage to the spout itself.
That's the way that falls to them.
Yeah.
Backs in there to pick up that dumpster.
Should we send the $75 to Best Way?
It's actually not a bad price for him to come out here,
No, it's not. but-
reinstall it for what he did.
Joyce on vacation? Joyce.
Yes.
Good for her.
Like to see your mother.
Where does her mom live?
Detroit.
Ooh.
Wow. Look at the price this cost us for 822.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
why do we, Chief, why do we have 2.5-hour details? Isn't that a minimum of 4?
Yeah, what is it for?
Nate and Brian Kidkeeler.
Oh, yeah, they can, essentially they could split it.
Oh, okay. So they split a 5-hour one, the two of them?
Yeah.
But one gets charged for the both, right?
Yeah, usually if we can't, one of them gets, the first one to accept it gets charged.
Okay,
Usually if we can't fill it, they'll try to fill it as a split.
got it. Hi, John.
Hiya, John.
Hi. He's not coming in tonight. Can I help you?
He said he was up here, no one was talking about it.
Okay. He's not here tonight.
Okay, thank you.
All right. He'll be in Monday. Okay. Howdy. All right, let the record show that Selectman Scanlon is present. Okay, we have two things that came up today that I said I'd bring before the board. One is Darius attending the conference on DES Drinking Water Conference on April 30th. And with our permission, he would like to attend for the entire day. He's hoping the town will pay for his hours that day, as it will provide training relevant to his position. So
I
here's-
would make a motion to pay him for his attendance to the Drinking Water Conference.
Second.
A motion is made and seconded, and we'll open it for discussion.
My only regret is that I won't be available to go with him. The drinking water in town and the aquifer is one of my pet peeves. And having somebody that takes this training is very good for the town.
The other is, when we were downstairs,
Shouldn't we vote on that one?
oh yeah, that's right. I'm waiting for John to finish reading it. You all set with that?
Set with that.
Okay. Hearing no other questions or concerns, all those in favor?
Yes?
Aye. Okay, that's unanimous. You'll let Derry know tomorrow. The other is, we were downstairs while they were delivering the water cooler, water for the water cooler. And we have an opportunity to get a much better quality water cooler that actually has hot tea water out of it, and easier to use for downstairs, and it would be $5 a month.
Total?
$5 a month.
What do we pay now?
We own the one that's down there.
We
so
own
if
the
it
one now.
breaks, we go out and buy a new one.
Right.
This one is, if anything
$5
goes
a
wrong,
month?
You just call them up and say,
Yeah.
And,
That makes
But we-
sense, because that's oldish.
well, we could, for now, move that one up here, and then when it goes, and we don't have it.
Yep.
That's it. But he left us his telephone number and his name and with the quote on here for us to do it, so.
What's wrong
Water
with,
bottles and...
Same water bottles,
Oh,
same
no change in
Crystal
the
Rock,
water.
same company, only we had our own, dispenser. And it's not a very good quality dispenser, it's a cheap dispenser. You get the hot water, I mean, it's hot, but you could put it in the microwave and get it hotter for tea. I mean, it's not bad, it doesn't a flinch.
We don't have one up here.
no, when you put the bottle in this one downstairs, there's a good chance of spilling and overflowage the way it is.
Very awkward.
That's how the conversation
Yeah.
took up. He happened to come in when we were putting a new bottle in, and he
Many times it's
kind of
overflowed.
looked at us.
Yeah, there's a lot of spillage in this one. The other one, you leave the cap on.
Yeah.
And just tip it over, and then there's a plunge in,
Pokes the hole.
It
pokes a
pierces
hole in it when it's already, once it's in the machine and there's nothing to spill out.
It's much more sanitary, too.
And you're not losing all the water that we're paying for. So, I'll make a motion to, go ahead and, what is it, rent or lease, $5 a month for the water cooler?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Catherine, you'll say, I'll leave it in the FYI. Okay. We have an estimate for the windows, inside and out, upstairs, downstairs together, and it's $1,485.
Excuse me?
Cleaning of the 2 stories inside. I think that's an excellent price considering.
Per
it's-
month, right?
No, this is
One time.
one time. This is a one-time. Do you know how tall those are?
Inside and out.
Inside in, out, downstairs in,
The out
upstairs.
is the issue.
Is the out's the issue, yeah. 'cause-
Every window in the building.
Yeah,
Yeah, he counted every
Indoors?
window.
yep. The doors, too. Anything that had a window on it. Love the shade.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who did that?
Time Fred came up with a ladder,
Al.
they had a heck of a
Al?
time.
Oh, good, thank you.
Al got the
shade, and then
Billy's, and then Fred
Highway put it
Jay
in.
came up today with a ladder, they couldn't get it up there, so they had to bring it in here. It was quite a production, but
Oh, that's great.
nice job.
Enjoying it already.
Isn't that a difference?
Why didn't we do this years ago?
We talked about it.
We talked about it for 3
We
years
talk about it
now.
every year I've been here.
Waiting for me to sit here and then
Yeah, movement.
Andy would come back.
Do we want to just hang on to this, or just,
Have you ever bid it out?
well, we've looked at,
I
we've
have
called,
Another company.
we've called one more.
Twice. He hasn't called me back.
Yeah.
I don't have any other.
We don't have anybody else that does it. That's the problem. This is the same gentleman that does the downtown businesses.
It's the outside that's the problem because of the wires.
Well, nobody wants to do them on the
That's right.
outside.
That's the problem right there.
It can wait until next week when Al's here,
I have no problem with it.
but
I'll leave it right in the
it
FYI.
will be nice to have clean windows at least once a year.
Do I put that on the website if anybody wants to bid on it and close it next week?
Sure.
We'd have to write up like a
All right.
RFP.
It sounds like there probably won't be anybody.
For $1,400, you know,
And,
and anything that's
we can
over
ask-
$500 is supposed to be
We
put
can-
out for a bid.
We've called several people, so just don't know
Yeah.
who does it.
Yeah.
We could put on the website ask Tim to put something on the website that we're looking for professional window cleaners for the town hall, inside and out, top both stories,
Is that good for one time? Once?
a one-time shot.
I didn't know if it was
And-
twice.
So go with what this, sort of kind of go with what the estimate says. Wait a minute. Complete cleaning of the 2 stories inside and out. That's what it says. We'll just ask, and then to get in touch with you, 286-4521, extension 100, I mean. Or submit it by mail to 257 Main Street,
With
and then
Closing date of next,
a week from next week. That gives them time to look at it, and then, so we can, we can do, next week's the 24th, so we can put closing on the 1st, submit by May 1st at 4 PM. Or put down 3 PM, that way they're closed, and then we can go on with our meeting, so we're not interrupted, because 4 our meeting starts. Okay.
Just looking at the legal bills. I hate lawyers, you know.
I'm like, what is this for?
They should be illegal.
This is, yeah.
It's one of them, too.
Oh, I'm into the old stuff.
Did you do the to be signed already?
Yeah, it's down there.
Oh, John's got it.
John's got it.
Air permit? An air permit?
Did I miss something?
This is from last week, I think. No, this is the 17th. I don't know what it is.
you collecting these, or?
I just thought you'd want to read it.
Yeah.
I just happened to notice it. These are all old. That just got stuck back there.
Oh, it's the, it's the Corona treater, and there's a laminator based upon the information from the supplier of the core actant. That material is completely used during the process and produces no HMDI.
That's got to be at one of the facilities? The factories?
3M.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
So it says we have left 1% of the total in the calculations to remain conservative. So that these are the totals now of the air quality. I have to get out all the air stuff. Emissions, actual emissions.
They have to do something similar with the plant, the heating plant at the high school.
Wow. Wow.
That is. Wow. We have haircuts for men coming in at 5. Well, they're not, the business is not coming in, but they're coming in to talk about down Main Street. And then Dennis is coming in for the sweeping bid.
Application or something.
And then the chief has a few minutes, right?
This was in there, but I'm going to put it in the legal file.
Oh, okay.
Well, when the chief comes up, just need a short non-public to talk about the park.
We have a non-public public on personnel and legal
Oh, all right, oh,
as well.
so we have two, okay.
We have this tax
could-
deeding one that we asked for numbers.
All right, so we could do it right at 6.
We have the numbers for that as well.
It won't take long.
Although I don't,
To change the subject here for just a second, wasn't there supposed to be garbage cans with those benches? Or was
No,
it
we
just the benches?
just a bench. We could have bought the garbage for $150 apiece.
But we only opted for the benches?
They didn't need the cans, just the benches.
Good enough.
They're nice garbage cans.
No, they're very nice, and the benches, I saw the benches, I don't know if he's gonna repaint them or whatever, but they're very nice
I
benches.
think he's just going to put them right out on the island as is.
They are color.
Yep. What color? They're like the blue, right?
Blue,
This
baby
way.
blue, yeah. Oh, nice.
Got a great address over there at 3M.
Paper trail?
Number 1 paper trail.
Do you have anything for us, Catherine?
Yes, I do mostly FYIs. We hired, the Parks Commissioner hired a landscaper to do the landscape work for this season. It was Total Grounds. It was the most complete. I think it will save us money, especially since they are including the fertilizing, herbicide, pesticide, because if we did it by ourselves, it would be very costly. So I met with him Monday,
Nice.
and we walked through the park in the rain. He was a good sport. He has his W-9, did you see it put it on the table with his certificate of insurance? So he's all set to go. He's going to start next week with the cleanup.
Nice.
Is that like a 5-month contract, or how?
We have a contract. It's really just his bid proposal, but we added signature pages, and the park commissioners will sign it when they meet again.
And they had 3 bids, at least 3 bids?
We had a total of four that came back to us, and we sent out, I think I sent out 16 requests.
That's the problem. Sometimes you send out 15 requests and you get back one. What are you going to do, right?
Well, and it is our best effort, so. Porta potties, that's gone out to Byron Septic. They were concerned that their ADA unit, which they think is larger than the one we normally have at Island Park, may not fit on the platform. I told them to, when they're going by, to stop and measure it, because I don't think that's scheduled to go out until June.
1st of June, I think.
Yeah,
At
so
least
they're
that's
going
what
to
it
measure
was.
it and let us know if it'll fit or not, and then we just need to let Dennis know.
to
because
extend it.
that's within
And
the
that's the one at
select-
Riverfront Park, or
No, that's
over here?
Island.
The island?
Yeah, so that's under our jurisdiction.
Yeah, but they had an ADA one over there.
Different company.
Aha.
I think these units are larger.
So do you think they'll get the bid? Or do you
They
already-
did get the
They
bid.
did get the bid?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, Dennis can just extend the
Yeah.
platform.
I told them since our Public Works designed it, we would accommodate it, so. That's it. The rest can wait until we're talking to the chief.
John, do you have anything for us tonight?
No, just, Conservation Commission meets on Monday, finalizing stuff
For the park,
for the park to finish up
Monday night?
Monday night. And,
What time do they meet?
7.
Let me go.
Said I invited people from the trail as well to,
Oh, I did write it down. You have to speak up because Catherine's not able to hear you. You better learn.
yeah.
I'm not hearing you down here.
Have the mic too. There we go. That should be better.
I see somebody use paid time off to get 40 hours and then got overtime on top of it. Now, what the... That seems like a gaming the system somehow.
I didn't think time off generated overtime.
Yeah, well, it does.
Time off, isn't that based on actual time work before you accrue overtime?
Overtime in, I know the construction world, is
Everything after 40
time
hours.
worked. You have to work the time.
40 hours.
Holiday pay does not, or vacation pay does not generate overtime, and I think that's Labor Department too.
I don't know what it would be in this case, and maybe the contract that we
Right,
have
this could be something different.
could
'cause-
be something different in there, but gee whiz. It's just gee whiz. I mean, I'm not saying nothing about his time off. He can have his time off anytime he wants, but then he used it to generate overtime at time and a half.
No.
Yes, yes, yes.
No. He used the hour and a half
To come up to
overtime
40.
to come up to 40.
Yup, and then he's got 2.5 hours of
No.
overtime.
Because that was a detail. That's different than an overtime.
Maybe I missed something.
So he has
It's
detail
happened before,
detail
didn't it?
hours,
He took-
regular hours.
He took 2.5 hours of someone else's detail that was a 5-hour
Okay,
detail.
so it's not overtime.
Right.
Then
Well,
that's-
it is
that was-
it's a detail.
Well,
Yeah,
detail
it's-
time.
It's paid.
It's
It's
not
paid-
time and a half, it's a special...
Paid by the contract.
It's 39,
not town.
it's
Yeah.
paid at $40 an hour.
Yeah, it's a different thing altogether.
Comes out of a different
For
pot.
some reason, the first thing I saw was, oh my God, he's getting time and a half for that.
Yeah, no, it's detail.
Okay, I take it back. Wow.
They started the classes at the police department this week.
Oh, yay.
I sat in on the first one. It went very well.
What was it regarding?
The harassment in
Yay.
the workplace, it covered sexual harassment, racial, religion, it covered,
Harassment in all its
Yeah.
forms, no doubt, right?
different scenarios, different things that happened, and then it was a very interactive session, and then it covered locally, what would you do in this situation, or, what would happen if you came into town hall and you were having some papers signed and you said something in a public place. And so it just really tied it into...
Basically, everybody except for the officer on the street was at that,
There's 4
I see.
sessions. There were the night crew. I happened to go to the night crew one. That was the first one. And then the 9 a.m. the next morning, there were 7 or 8 people. And then they'll cover another night crew, and then one more to cover the stragglers that were on vacation or whatever.
So at the end, there's a certificate of participation or something like that?
They all have to
And-
sign
And that would go into their personnel file that they had attended and
That's correct.
successfully completed that, and understood that
Right.
training? Yay.
Now,
Good.
which brings me up to, Joyce sent out an email, am I correct, and asked that we do town hall on May 6th, is it? Tuesday,
She needed your,
and she needed our approval,
correct.
It is,
and that would
yeah, May 6th,
generate,
sessions, highway.
let me go get it here for a minute.
I have right to know, updated legal.
Hours is
Is
in the
after.
evening, yeah. I can't. Why did I miss that?
Legal.
April 14th.
How's the new guy, Officer Paulus, working out?
Okay, so we need to make a decision. The Highway Department employees are going to be on May 6th, 3:30 to 4:30, which would, that's the time they can get them all together at one time, and that would generate overtime. Town employees would be 4:45, which would be right after that, the same day, to 5:45. The hourly employees would be paid at time and one-half for attendance, and, the salaried people are salaried, so they would just be mandatory for them. The chief has already got 2 workshops going on his own. So we need to make a decision whether or not that's an acceptable time frame and it's okay to pay them.
Either that or we take them off of their regular assigned jobs, and have it from 2:30 to 3:30, and they won't be doing public works. I don't know what their workload is like during that day. I'd just as soon see them take that last hour of the day maybe and go to this class, as opposed to paying them overtime for it, but I think it's important that they have the training.
What would you do, close town hall for that
Then you'd
last
have
hour?
to close town hall? I mean, you...
No, I was talking about the highway department. I mean, not, I don't know about, so much about the
But if we didn't close town hall, if we didn't move us down into the 3:30, 4:30 slot, then they'd be hanging around for an hour waiting for us to close town hall to teach us.
can be said, well, who would that encompass? Joyce, Catherine, Tim,
Kim,
Kim,
Cindy,
Joanna.
Johanna,
Dari,
Dari,
or Derry. Is it
And he-
Derry or Dari?
Dari.
Dari,
D-A-R-I.
Dari?
Dari. And,
Cool
well,
name.
he leaves at 1.
30
He lives at
sometimes.
1:30 too, and so he'll have to make arrangements to either come,
He lives in,
I think the training's important.
right, I do too. So I,
Everybody needs to have the
I-
training.
this-
I would go that day myself.
this schedule meets the majority of the people in one spot, one time.
Could employees choose to go down to the highway department? One? Or
Like if
town hall?
Dari was available for that, or whatever?
Good. It doesn't matter. You could flip-flop them if
4:45
you
to
wanted.
5:45 would be tough for me.
So, I mean, you could easily go down to the 3:30 to 4:30 one, if that would be okay for you, or get in on one of the police one.
But this says that they were presented whatever night she sent this. Yours are already done, aren't they?
No, he's got one more.
Oh, when's your next one?
Next week, Thursday at 5 and Friday at 9 a.m.
Next Friday at 9 a.m.? So that's an option.
Yeah. You know, and that may be an option for Kim, where Cindy could stay here and then go up. Is Cindy still here?
Yes, I think she is.
Maybe we ought to ask
So
her.
maybe Dory
Maybe she
could
can
go.
come up and talk about it for a minute.
Maybe Dari could go to the one Friday at 9 a.m.
At 9 a.m. and then... Does he just gear it to the police? He can gear it to all.
Well, yeah.
It's the 25th, right? What's the 25th?
No, tomorrow is...
It's next Friday.
Next week.
Yeah, next
Oh, it's
Thursday.
next week?
24th,
Tomorrow's the
25th.
18th,
Yeah,
I
it's the
think.
25th.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's the 25th.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm going to the dentist tomorrow, and it's not. It's next week.
This month seems to be moving rapidly along.
So, the 25th at 9 a.m. at the police station?
Exercise tonight.
And 9 a.m.
Cindy, we're looking at the schedule for our risk management for our employees to take the classes that we're requiring everybody in our town to do, all employees, on harassment in the workplace and that kind of thing. And Kevin, Ron O'Keefe is setting it up. So tentatively, we set the highway on May 6, Tuesday, 3:30 to 4:30, and town hall employees 4:45 to 5:45, Tuesday. However, after thinking about it, there's still one class, May 25th, at the PD at 9 a.m. on a Friday, that if you go to one of these and send Kim to the Friday in the morning,
Now, the 4:45 on Tuesday, on the 6th, Kim can go to. I will not be in the office at all.
because you'll be gone.
I'll be undergoing operation.
But that would require for overtime for her. Would that be a problem? Okay. All right, so we're all set with,
I don't know how I'm going to be feeling, how much work I'm going to be doing, I just don't know. So I don't want to commit her to that 26th.
Did you say May 25th?
no, April 25th.
Oh, April 25th.
Yeah, I was going to say
April
May
25th,
25th
Friday.
is Sunday.
April 25th, Friday at 9 a.m., they have one at the PD. Or May 6th, 4:45 to 5:45 for town hall employees.
Oh, the April 25th, let me,
9 a.m.
yeah. Let me look at my calendar and see if I have anything scheduled.
Well, you both have to, both of you should go, so one of
Oh,
you,
No, I can't, I won't be able to go.
so then you go and then have Kim do Tuesday, May 6th
Well,
at 4:45.
you have options, you
Yeah.
can just choose. You've got three dates right now, or four?
We have April 25th at 9, let me write it down.
Please.
April 25th at 9 a.m. April
And we don't have a
25th.
webinar on this?
No, it's live, or May 6th, Town Hall, 4:45 to 5:45. It's one of those. Okay,
Okay.
how's that? And let us know? All right, so you're all set, so now we just need to figure out Johanna and
To measure the
we are all set. And we know you don't harass anybody, so we're all...
and most people.
Art was good.
Except me, and I like it, so it's not harassment if I like it.
Yeah, fresh baked today.
I love that top.
We do.
Love it.
Is it?
When are they going to get?
Love that
There you
color
go.
on you.
I really need this class, apparently.
Love that color on you.
You just complained and complained. I said, well,
Are you approved the Boston Post anyway?
Yes.
Yes.
Those are grammatical.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have to retype it anyway.
Yeah, and then,
It's in 10 years, but we'll
Okay.
post that.
and we put in a name too. Did you give her the name?
She said it has to go officially through the,
Gotta go through the,
Selectmen.
so,
so I will do that.
yeah.
All right,
We don't have the date of birth on that individual or anything, so.
we do.
Oh, do we? Oh, there you go.
But that has, it all has to go through.
We'll give it to you. She's a few months older than Rhoda. She's May, Rhoda's December.
Then there could be somebody older.
Yep, there
And
could be. You're right,
either they don't write in, or they do.
right.
So,
I get you. All right,
thank you.
you're very welcome.
You're going to email that to me, right?
You're welcome.
So I'll make a motion that we have the risk management representative at Property Liability Trust do the classes on Tuesday, May 6th, the Highway Department employees 3:30 to 4:30, and Town Hall employees, should we do Town Hall employees now that you said you're going? Oh, you're going to be here too. All right, from 4:45 to 5:45 at the Town Hall.
What date was the town hall?
May 6th as well, same day,
And I can hit this at the police department, right?
yes.
Because I'm going to be out of town. on
Those
the
that cannot make May 6th will need to get to the PD at 9 AM on April 25th.
What day is that?
6th. Friday.
Oh,
Friday.
that's Friday, okay.
The 6th is on a Tuesday.
You'll probably make the Tuesday night one, John,
Yeah, that's,
4:45?
I'm looking for the May
Yep.
6th.
Yep. All right,
was there a second? I didn't hear the second.
yep.
Joe?
Joe did the second. All those in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now, can you let Johanna know that the class is available? Okay. Actually, we should send a note
I
to,
think Joyce did send her an email. I'll check my,
she did,
Let's do it in writing.
but it should go to the commissioners
Mail or-
the right way
yeah.
and
Yep.
let this class is available on Tuesday that night, blah, blah, or the April 25th one in 9 AM in the morning, okay? And please let the chief know how many are going that morning so he can plan, because everybody, they gotta fit down in that room. Okay, Dennis, you're up if you want. Our 5 o'clock isn't, not here.
Okay, good. Last week you asked me to get another quote on the patrol sweeping, because we had one from Rabbit
Or downtown, right?
for downtown,
Yeah.
correct? I did that, and here's Rabbit's quote.
Yep.
Have one, but I'll give you one just in case.
Thank you.
Yes, we do have one.
Okay.
Excellent, thanks.
And I have one from Alan Rule.
My goodness,
Thank you.
quite a difference.
Make a motion, we go with Mike Rabbit as our sole source for sweeping for 2014.
Second? Now, we're going to start out in the month of June every other week, is that correct?
Yes, we are.
See how that works out?
That's right. We will revisit it at the end of that month and see if we have to go back. We can stay on the bi-weekly, or if we have to go back.
Okey dokey.
All right, we have a
Wow.
motion on the floor. Any more discussion?
I'm looking at the one from Mike Rabbit, the contract says sweeping can be done once a week.
Right, but I had a call with Jennifer today, okay, and I'm quite sure that I can change it.
So
That's what it has normally been.
Well, then we need to make that a condition of the motion.
So moved.
That
I'll
they-
amend my motion to make it conditional upon
Second.
Rabbit, right, talking with Jennifer, yes.
Making it twice a week.
once every 2 weeks.
We're going to do it,
They say twice
Twice
a
a
week.
week.
Twice a week. Easy, Catherine.
we're going to trial it in November.
Oh,
I mean, June. Going to trial it in June and then... All right. So that, now we don't have to come back in the fall either, because it's the sole source for 2014.
Right. I have kind of tentative set up the schedule for sweeping all of the town roads, May 4th and May 5th,
May 4th and May 5th.
on a tentative basis right now, okay? And all hinges on rain and yes, but right now it's 4th and 5th, Monday or Tuesday.
Okay. Yay.
Now,
Where do you start that sweeping? At that end or at this end?
When they start, they come with two sweepers.
Oh, they start at both ends.
Well, no. One sweeper will start here and do the main street, probably start at 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning. So he's got the whole main street done before 6 o'clock when the cars are on the
Yep.
street. The other sweeper will start on Mansville, okay? And if he gets full on the curb there by the railroad tracks, he will dump that there, continue on sweeping, 7 o'clock, I'll have the trucks.
There's a lot of dirt on that road right now from the trucks, the logging trucks.
where will he go from Mansville?
After Mansville, we split them up, okay? After Mansville is done, he goes to Noyes, he goes to Silver Lake, Brook,
Church River?
Church River, Hill, Chapman, then he comes back up Lancaster and back towards town.
And he does Grange,
And he does Grange, yeah, we have to do Grange.
Autumn Drive,
Autumn, yeah.
up to Perkins?
Up to the stop sign wall. Yeah.
can we get somebody to sweep the
Parking lot?
the senior center? One side of it is where the plow goes into, towards Bernard's place. That's where it's sand. The handicap places are sand.
Is there a day that is not in use?
Or late in the day?
Later, early.
Later in the day.
Earlier is better than late for us.
Well, we can put, if you give me cones to put up, I can put cones up and let them park on the side on Fridays,
What time do they open?
9:30.
Shouldn't be a
What time
big
do you start?
You
problem,
come in
right?
at 7, don't you?
We commit 7.
Okay.
I don't think, what we would sweep that with, Pat, would be with our little snowball that has the street rule, okay? That's 40 inches wide, so we're gonna make various passes, okay? And we'll probably push it one end to the other and then put it into a pile and pick it up.
It's mostly on the front. I don't see too much on the sides.
You don't on the sides?
I really don't see too much on the sides.
Okay. Then I would say if it's mainly just in the front of the building, I think we could probably do that in a couple of hours.
I'm just mostly concerned with, so if we did that like on a, Tuesdays are out because Tuesdays people are there really early for their lunches.
Yeah.
So either Monday or Friday, Monday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
There's a group of ladies that go on Friday that park, but if we ask them to park it in Awakening Chiropractic parking so that it can be swept up, that would be fine. And they would allow us to do that.
Okay.
Because they're not open that in the mornings, some Friday mornings.
Well, I'm sure they could park at the annex parking.
Right, and they could go in the annex and then
Yeah. Okay.
that'd be a heck of a walk for them, Jane, though. They just want to sweep the front so they get the sand up.
Okay.
So, but you just let us know the day and we can just do something, either put cones out that morning or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get them from the PD and put some cones out.
Is that mainly 9 o'clock is the time that usually happens?
Usually.
So we've got a window there any day during the week?
Usually, it's supposed to be like 9:30.
Okay.
Usually,
Okay.
right, Jane? What?
Usually, it depends on who's opening. They get there at 8, between 8 and 8:30,
Really?
and people start coming between 8 and 8:30.
Wow. Sorry, I didn't know
It's
that.
not until 10.
Well, Friday's the day to do it.
Friday's the day.
Friday's the day. Okay.
I might be there earlier, so if you're nice to me, I'll move, but
It's mostly the sand where, down in the front, though. It's mostly just in the front.
Okay.
I'm just concerned if
it's a lot too.
they get out with their walkers, it's gonna, I'm not concerned with them walking, but if they depend on a walker and it slips in the sand, that's what I'm concerned with.
And it's just like ball bearings for those walkers.
I slept the other day, but it just blew back because it's so windy.
Okay.
If not, I could go with my blower and try it.
I was breaking for a suggestion.
No, we're good. We're sweeping now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we were gonna ask him about,
I'd suggest we actually vote on
Talk to him about
the motion on the floor.
all those in,
What's the motion?
sweeping.
Oh,
All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye. Sole source.
no,
No,
I don't think we should be doing that
Please.
part of it at all.
note that. What was the other thing you wanted to ask? Was there something up at the park?
No, I think we've discussed everything. I contacted, I can get the grates at Del Gilbert's, $37 a piece. Does the town have an account with them?
We do?
My company does too, I think we can get a,
Yeah. Yeah.
probably a little lower, usually it's a discount.
Yeah. How many?
2 are missing. And they're nowhere to be found. I'm sure they're swimming with the fishes, so we probably should get at least 3. I would like to talk to you about my idea how we can bolt them together, maybe with a U-bolt. You flip them all over upside down, ratchet a U-bolt on there so that they're all connected in a series, and then it would take 2 people to flip them back in. We only take them out once a year, although I don't think they've ever been taken out, except by these vandals. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
Vandals,
Yeah.
vandals.
Yeah. We could, yeah, we could look at something like that. Yeah.
Unless we just weld them all together.
No vandals in Tilton.
They're heavy.
Oh, no, they come from some other town.
2 people could flip them over.
Yeah.
It'd be cleaner to weld them. They're cast.
They cast, yeah.
Yeah, so-
That's wrong.
Well, what's that, MIG?
That's the thing, yeah.
I have one.
Let's look at some way to see if we can secure them,
Okay.
you know?
All right, then I'll get them and I'll talk to you probably Monday.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna match up the bricks. I think that's out. I told you that Jay and I talked about that railing.
Yeah, and that's gonna be,
That's a job.
that's a job. That is a job.
At the riverfront, that railing? Yeah,
The back pier-
because it's got to be stripped, right?
That pier, okay, the rail that goes towards the river from land, okay, it's loose, very loose, okay?
It's about ready to fall over.
There was probably a year or so ago, we went in and we replaced all the lag
Yeah, I remember.
in every one of the piers.
Yep.
okay? Now, okay, and it's not an easy fix by any means, we drilled them and we bolted every one that we could, okay? If it's opposite the side of the I-beam, okay? Because there's I-beams that run down through it, and the I-beams are probably 3/8 thick, okay? On that back side that we're talking that is loose, there's a fascia board, okay, like this. And there's 5 posts with 2 screws in every post. So the screws go down into the fascia board, okay? Now you've got a fascia board that's a thickness of 1.5 inches, and we're using a lag longer than what was in there previous, so it has split some of the fascia board, okay? Now come back in on the inside of the base plate of the rail. And that base plate sits right over the top of an I-beam, okay? So there's no way that you can, the only thing you can do is lag through the composite and not hit the I-beam. So now it's all loose. So what we gotta do now, okay, is take that lag out, drill down through that 3/8 inch I-beam, okay?
And attached to that.
And attached to that, but that's not the only thing. On the inside of that I-beam, in the web, okay, there's another 2x10 where they joist their stringers, okay? So once you drill down through the I-beam, now you're into the 2x10, okay? And you've got to notch that 2x10 out to put a bolt in a washer that's
On the
gonna
bottom of it.
up onto
Yep.
the, underneath of the I-beam.
So do you have to remove that entire 2x10, or?
You know, but you have to notch it out so you can put a nut in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Just use a boring bit,
The what?
if you use just a pretty big boring bit, you do something, get in there with your ratchet.
Well, we thought about using a hole saw, of where we're coming from.
Yeah.
Okay, then we could fish it in and try to get it out. But everything is on your back, and as you well know, you drill through 3/8 steel.
Yeah,
On your back.
Well, not so much on your back.
So, but if you took the whole railing system down and drilled down through the existing holes, you would first go through the 2x10,
Composite first,
then you'd go through the
then
I-beam.
you go through the I-beam.
and then into the 2x10.
2x10.
That'd be that'd be a long drill. That'd be it's two different types of
And then,
drills.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is gonna be.
It's completely two different types of drills.
Yeah, and you can't.
Now, is it at the
If
point,
you've got a bolt that's a 5/16 bolt,
Yeah.
okay, you're not gonna start off with a 1/2 inch drill bit,
no,
okay? You got 3 different sizes that you gotta work through that. And I mean, you know,
Very poorly
I see
designed.
us going through at least
a number of drills,
a number of bits
good drills.
plus drills.
Yeah,
You think you're gonna wear out a drill?
I
well,
wouldn't doubt a bit.
going through that, what is it, 3/4 inch, you say? 3/8 inch I-beam?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might
Can't you
kill a
get a
drill.
pneumatic,
I was gonna say, maybe I
Pneumatic
should bring you
one.
one of our hammer drills.
yeah.
Yeah, but how's it hammered?
Hammer
No,
drill.
not the
How's
hammer
hammer
part,
drill?
it's not the hammer part, but it's a commercial drill, it's not,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy it at Walmart. I'm not gonna buy it at Lowe's
I
either.
don't have
Yeah, but we don't want to kill your drill.
You won't.
No, oh no, you won't, but if we do, we own
The
it.
thing that you want to watch, okay, is when you get like a 1/2 inch or a 3/4 inch drill, okay? When you go through that I-beam, You want to be holding on. Because if you're not holding on, there goes that cord around that drill, and you broke your wrist.
I was gonna say,
That's why you need a commercial.
Yeah.
You brought a better rent one.
It's,
If you don't want to
you'd
use
do
ours,
better to rent it, I think.
Yeah, you-
yeah, I can rent it, yeah, but, you know, it's...
It's
I
a
mean,
job.
It's a job. It's not a 5-hour or an 8-hour fix.
There's what, 2, 4, 6, 8,
Five. There's 5 holes.
10 on the inside, 10 holes on the inside.
Is there a way?
Whoever thought of that design?
I'm not commenting.
All right.
Joe, you know,
I don't know, it was an as-built park, and I don't know who was responsible for putting those
Wow.
in.
No.
All right, well, let's move on.
But you're gonna eat up at
Can you
least
hang
5
for like 5 minutes?
bits. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we're all set?
Do we coordinate with the warranty for the police cruisers with Dennis for what's covered and what should go to Dennis?
We had a brief conversation at the meeting yesterday,
right.
Okay,
department head meeting.
okay.
So what's not covered under the warranty should go to you first.
No, we should have the extended warranty. There's 3 programs in an extended warranty, a minimum, a low extended warranty, a medium, and a high. The high generally takes care of probably 80% of the car. Electronics, drivetrain, engine, all of that. I don't know which package they got, okay?
So we can get that information to him on the cars?
Yeah, oh yeah. I know that even if we think it's covered, we send it to Highway first.
Okay.
Right,
That's
we
what-
don't know
But he's
what-
gonna know
I don't
what's
know
covered.
what is covered in the extended warranty.
He could
Okay.
fix something that's covered without knowing.
Exactly. Right.
Yep.
They're probably all different, too, depending on the year.
At police
I think-
cruises,
I
it
think
should be
the-
similar.
I think the extended warranties, John, is only on the 2 new 13s.
13 sets of it, yeah.
Right.
Well, it seems like you guys should have copies of that information, seeing as you get the cars first before it goes to either of the other places.
But as of right now, as far as that pier at Riverfront, we've blocked it off.
That was going to be my next thing. If it's dangerous, it needs to be blocked.
Plastic snow fence,
Yep.
you put...
Danger, do not enter.
Yeah, you know, so if someone goes through there and gets on the pier, and for some reason if they hurt themselves, they have been warned before they get on the pier that they shouldn't be on.
Do you have a sign that says "Do not enter" or anything?
Then it's an attractive nuisance and we're still liable.
Yeah.
They taped off the top of that stairs where those grates are missing, because of course I had to take another one out. Lot of activity at the park.
Yes.
It's that time of year, people are coming out and,
Yeah, and I got some people that are gonna be going on some vacations. We're gonna open the park up middle or so next week, at the end of next week. The water will be turned on.
That you said the 23rd.
Yeah. Come to find out, we're gonna turn the water on Friday tomorrow. So we're gonna open it. Next week, after we install the new paper towels, the soaps, and all that. Okay, so that's all set.
Have you called Great Northern?
On tomorrow.
All right,
Okay.
because we need to coordinate when you open those with the cleaner.
Yeah. So, you know, everybody knows that we get spring cleanup.
I do. I'm getting ready.
and I didn't get back to you following up on that conversation we had the other day about the co-op for this evening, because I'm going to go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go down. There's a series of votes, and I helped write the motions, so I should go. And I'll be out of here in just a second.
You like that? Oh,
No, I don't.
Wow, it's much better than sit over
much
in the
better
middle.
here.
We left that part open.
It's in the middle.
Sit right there.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can sit over there and turn my back.
there you go. Outstanding.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Allen.
No,
That's
thanks for
it.
getting that other estimate for this.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chief? Joe has to leave, so if you're up.
Oh, yeah.
Those are good.
Can you
You want the... Another last minute.
So, I just wanted to
Yeah,
take...
speak up.
I just wanted to take a minute to share, during the course of duty, police officers do a lot of things that, they do it because it's part of their job, and sometimes it's delivering a baby, sometimes it's pulling someone out of a burning car, sometimes it's running into a burning house to pull someone out, and we don't want any recognition. We do it because that's what we're trained to do. But I think it's important that we do recognize it. And something came to my attention recently, and so the Tilton Police Department would like to recognize Officer Steve Henry for his quick action on the night of April 7th, 2014. On that date, at approximately 17 p.m., Officer Henry observed a fellow officer in distress. Officer Richard Paulus was eating dinner and started to choke. And he's going to say something after I finish this. Not being able to breathe, Officer Paulus attempted to drink water, move the obstruction, but it actually made it worse. And it completely, totally blocked off his airway. Officer Henry applied the Heimlich maneuver, I'm told, a couple of times, and was able to dislodge the obstruction, allowing Officer Paulus to breathe again. Officer Paulus, Officer Robinson, Corporal Ashburn were all there. I spoke with all of them. They all said, without a doubt, Steve saved his life. So I don't want to let that go unrecognized. I'm pretty proud of him, and so I just want to take a minute to present Steve with a life-saving pin.
Nice.
And
Very nice, sir.
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
So if I could just say something real quick was, Steve said to me that, hey, you do the same thing for me, right? So in other words, what happened was, I was really hungry. My wife had made these beautiful steak tips. I cut off a piece, probably too big. It was the first bite. I took maybe like 3 chews on it. I swallowed it. And these 3 guys are sitting to the left of me all eating.
Nice job.
It went down to about here, and I felt it. I remember when I was a kid, my mother always told me, slow down, chew your food. It was right here, and I was like, I swallowed again, thinking, well, it'll go the rest of the way, and it didn't. And then I started to get a little scared. And I stood up, and I said, well, I'll get a drink of water. And I think that just pushed it further. And then what happened was I couldn't breathe. And these 3 guys are sitting there eating, watching TV, and I go to Steve like this, in a panic, and Steve looks at me, and he goes, what's wrong? And I go,
Give him this.
yeah, and I go, he goes, are you serious? And I'm like, and I turned like this, and he did the Heimlich. I don't remember if it was once or twice, but he's a pretty strong dude.
Pick you right up.
And I mean, that piece of steak was about this long, and it went flying across the room.
Wow.
And I honestly feel like I feel a little foolish, but I'll tell you right now that I believe that he saved my life.
Well, I think that's
Did you let him eat the rest of the steak dinner?
You were watching it closer, right?
So,
Cream up.
Well, congratulations.
yeah, and what he said, what Steve had said to me was, he said, we'd all do, it was no big deal, we'd all do the same for
Yeah, but
we'd do
it
it for
isn't, but it is. You save somebody's life, you saved their life, no matter they did done for you or not.
Even funnier part is we were riding around earlier that night, and we were talking about, guys that die in the line of duty. And we were talking about, they get in shootouts, and We're talking about, just the silly things sometimes you talk about. And we're like, well, if you got into an accident, that's kind of a cheap way to die in the line of duty. And then he almost chokes on a steak.
Steak tip.
It was just kind of like.
Delivered by his wife.
I'm not gonna talk about that stuff anymore. So,
I also understand that I spoke with a lady who had nothing but glowing things to say about you.
I pay them
and-
all off.
No, you couldn't have paid the woman to say the things that she
That's
said
right.
about you, and your performance. And it was, yeah, it's what you do, but you did it extremely well. But
Thank you very much.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate that. Yes. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
And I have to be out of
Can I
here.
get a copy of that?
Yeah, good job. Good job. Don't stand.
What's that? Oh, yeah, seriously. I know.
Thank God.
Those trainings are
Training works.
so valuable. Everybody should know how to.
Well, we had that training. We had it.
That's wonderful. Okay. I just got a text message from people at Haircuts for Men. Something came up and they're not able to make it. So we're just going to move right along. So maybe next week we can.
Oh, that was nice to let us know.
I just don't put this here because I'm looking for text messages, but people do call, especially the chief once in a while when he says, I'm running late. Okay, so I guess,
Oh, Cindy wanted me to give you this. Those are the dates.
so, Catherine, Cindy will be at April 25th at 9 a.m.
Okay, I'll take that and just stick it.
All right.
They are. Like a glass of milk.
Pass the milk to this cookie.
I'll put it on somewhere. Where's the to be signed folder there? We haven't finished that. The
I
green.
was still going through this.
I haven't seen the to be signed.
There you go.
You're going through the,
I went through these, and this is the first.
do we have any comments from our public?
None that I can say.
No. Part of that. That's part of that. I just.
Dennis, before they sweep the streets, especially Main Street, will they go out and move all the dirt that's kind of on, well, it's like there's one between the health food store and Bryant Lawrence. There's a hole, half in the sidewalk, half in, a huge pile of dirt on the inside. I know, I talked to him, but there's a huge pile of dirt right there on the inside of the telephone pole.
I think what we will do before that, we'll get it out.
Okay, that's what
He can't come in real close to the.
That's what I thought.
We'll have to push it out.
yeah, I had a couple
Oh, that
places
one
like
pole.
that, that just, it's just collected there. This is payroll.
Sure. There's that. FYI folder. I just, I'm
We get accounts receipts.
Yep,
just going through.
they're right over there.
Oh,
I haven't started this.
That's for you. All right, with, did we cover everything, Catherine? We have, this is non-public, Public Works. Oh, the job descriptions for the chief, for your department. We have communication specialist and we have health officer. Do you want to wait for Al and Joe on those next week?
sure.
Next week.
Next week? Put it on the agenda? Do you have anything?
They look fine.
Do we, are you working with John on the mileage report? Do we have one?
Yeah, with the one that Joe sent me, that's what we've been using. I don't know, did you see that, John?
Yeah, and what because I've talked with Tim, and I want to, before we start like a new system, Tim already has a way of logging them in a spreadsheet for all the in-house stuff. And I talked to Tim in the parking lot, so he could make something up so that it would incorporate all, so you have just one system for keeping track of all repairs, and that would also be a separate sheet for just mileage logging, and could do much better reports.
We want one that incorporates everything, right?
Yeah, so I think over the next week, to work with Tim, and he said he'd
Yeah.
come over.
Let me know, I'll come down too.
And he'll make a form that will, you guys can fill out, that will be on the Google Drive,
Yeah.
and instruct you how to use it. And then you just type the stuff in there, and it will automatically update his spreadsheet. And then we'll have just one system.
Different systems going.
Yeah. And Tim's really good with the spreadsheets, so he can make sure it's very streamlined.
Okay.
Good.
And I have one that I'm going to be showing Tim that will just allow you to enter weekly mileage. You can just put it in there. If that sounds good to the other, no.
Yeah.
So I'll work with Tim, and
I think that's a workable plan, don't you?
I do too, yeah. Yeah, it sounds good. I mean, that's his forte, so I'll get together with you and him and...
We don't want to pile a lot onto him, but
that's why I was
really, I mean, it's
taking over any of the data filling. If there's back data, I can
Right.
help out with that and
Okay.
make the sheet. And
wonderful.
Is this a reappointment?
Yes. For Iris and Emily, both.
And what's the term?
3 years. Where is it? Where's the term? I think I wrote it full.
That one's 3. This one's full and 3 too?
Yeah.
They're both the same?
Yeah, they staggered them. They're the two that are up. And the alternate, what should we make that as, a 2 or a 1? 3?
Make it 3.
Okay.
It's an alternate. You don't want to have to reappoint it that often, you know?
Okay. I think that's it, right? Just go into a non-public.
Yeah, unless the chief has their public
Do you have a
report.
public report? Do you have anything for us?
In public?
Tomorrow we're doing we're part of the health fair at Tilton School, and in partnership with the Liquor Commission, it's called Fatal Choices, where students wear these goggles that simulates you're impaired, and they drive a golf cart through cones, and it shows them how tricky it is to drive under the influence of drugs or alcohol. And it's a program that Liquor Commission put, and departments can host it, so we put in a request to host it for tomorrow's health fair from, I think it's 10:30 till about 1:30 tomorrow at Tilton School on the quad.
Is this for students?
For students, yeah.
Do you do anything for the local high school like that?
Bill's gonna get in line to get it for them next.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good program, so if you're up there tomorrow, you can see it, or you'll know what's going on.
is that the golf cart I saw in the trailer?
It is,
I
yeah.
was like, what? It's golf time already.
Yeah.
The Tilton School will be going out, seniors helping seniors on, I meant to tell you that. May 3rd, on a Saturday, so May 5th There'll be lots of bags to pick up on School Street.
Maybe you'll give me a list,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep, want me to do that now?
No, that's fine.
Can you grab that street sign that's, I keep forgetting to tell you, that's in the parking lot, but over on Patty's side? In the brush? It's been there.
Gabriel?
Yeah, it's been there for a long time. I have no idea what it says. It comes complete with post.
So they'll do 6 or 7 seniors up on School Street that day.
Anywhere else in town?
They do, yes, Linden Avenue, and, well, they used to do Clara. Winnisquam usually takes the west side. Tilton usually takes this side. And Winnisquam Student Council hasn't gotten in touch with us yet.
Do they do just in the village area? Do they do in the outskirts as well?
Sometimes they went on the outskirts. Last year they took a bus and did the, Sharon Trothier, when she was up there, they went up and did hers, and
That was nice.
if we know of them, that need it.
That's the hard thing.
Right. That's the hard one. All right, is there any more business to come before us in a public meeting? If not, then I will make a motion to enter into non-public per RSA 91A:3. I hear a second?
I'll second that.
For what purpose?
Oh, I'm sorry. For legal and personnel and tax deeding.
And security.
Oh, security, yes.
I'll
So there's
second
4
that.
items, seconded by John. Roll call vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You must leave, I'm sorry.
He's got to go too.
He's got to go too.
I'll give you back your pencil.
Are you coming back into public after this?
Hey, Dennis? Tell the guys I said thank you for the work they did in the park. What a nice job they did. What a difference.
We're now read, and I'll make a motion to seal the minutes of the non-public session as it pertains to personnel permanently, and as it pertains to public safety permanently. Also, as it pertains to legal matters and any matter which might affect the reputation of residents of the town of Tilton permanently.
Legal until the matters are resolved.
What she said.
Yeah.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Yep. Aye. Motion to adjourn.
Second. It's not debatable. I vote yes. Catherine Wozner votes yes.
Yes.